Hello, Stevie, and I'm going to be going back to talking about, in this video only, the original stuff I talk about, because I watched a video from 2 years ago by Transit Tech Association about the Queens bus redesign. Honestly, what they need to do is provide buses on all streets, in all areas of the land. It's what people need to get around, and public transportation is better than using the car. I mean, another thing I'd rant about is Bruce Blakeman influencing the type of service Nice Bus gets. It's all part of the plan. Same thing with Queens bus redesign and trying to eliminate bus stops that are important to some people, like those who are even more disabled than those in wheelchairs and really can't walk to a bus stop or can't ride in the wheelchair to the bus stop even. Queens is full of those people who need bus stops to be close, on some routes at least. Maybe just have a limited stop route that runs from bus stops. And also transferring. What if you need to transfer from a limited stop to a local route? Like if limited makes stops at the locals, doesn't make it, and go beyond the route. You can't transfer using a free transfer on the same route. Why can't you do that? Here's another thing about the suburbs get a lot worse than the city does. Queens gets the best bus service out of any area, whereas here you see a lot of busy streets. This is Lincoln Avenue in Eastchester, yet no bus to be seen here, not even a dollar van. Only the paratransit services that really are terrible. We need to improve paratransit as well in all areas, because paratransit just sucks. I also really think that hilly neighborhoods should also get some buses, like in the form of 32-footers or mini buses, like vans. And why doesn't the station I'm walking to right now, Crestwood, have a bus route? It doesn't have any transfers, but it's a really big station, almost as big as Scarsdale. Getting close to White Plains in size. I also think for rail service that we should have half-hourly service on all lines at all times, and that the Crestwood Cannonballs that run to Southeast on weekends should run at all times in both directions. I do both agree and disagree, mostly agree, that we should have the trains that run local make all stops. It is nice to have them skip the stops on the way, but it's not nice to skip the stops because you're going to have people who need to get to those places. Like, I'm going to Woodlawn, and if I was taking a different train, and technically on weekdays, currently that train wouldn't run because it's hourly right now. That needs to be fixed, especially on weekdays. Can't have trains run hourly. Don't care if North White Plains has work to be done. Need to run trains half-hourly. So that train, the train I'm getting on would have always had stopped at Woodlawn. 10 to 15 years ago, even that one would. Whereas ones leaving at 50 after the hour would not stop at Woodlawn. And this North White Plains track work has been going on for 5 years on Metro North. Why is it taking so long? Why do we still see Crestwood originators? I do agree the Southeast trains that run every other Southeast train half-hourly, they should still make their first stop at Crestwood. And they should also stop at Valhalla and Hawthorne on all trains. They should not be skipping those stops like they do. And then have both North White Plains trains make all stops all the way to North White Plains and not in Lapwan and at Crestwood. Makes it very inconvenient for me to get to Pleasantville on weekends because there's only like hourly service from north of Crestwood. If anything, until the track work is done, I think that the trains that do connect with local service should actually make all the stops to Crestwood, so they can transfer to another train, have run half hourly at Scarsdale and Hartsdale too. Those are also big stations too, that only see hourly service. And I think that there needs to be a lot more bus service. I mean, especially in a state like New York, where getting a driver's license is very complicated. Many people have stopped being able to do that because it's just too hard. It's even harder than going to college, getting a driver's license in New York State. That's why I don't have one. Anyway, we're seeing northbound train to North White Plains coming in. I think I need to get to the train station fast, catch my train. Anyway, shame on these transit people who don't see the need, as we're lagging far behind in transportation and what transportation needs we actually need but don't have.